And folk like him have the cheek to tell us to stop travelling. Well, I'm not going to listen to folk like him anymore.
And also for the help he gave to wounded soldiers, partly through Invictus Games. Unfortunately, he's blown most of that away now.
Remember when Prince Harry was a war hero? The guy who flew Apache helicopters in Afghanistan. Yeah, that Harry's gone. Now he's lecturing us about privilege from his $14 million mansion. What happened to our favorite prince? How did he go from fighting the Taliban to battling imaginary oppression? Stick around, because we're about to show you Harry's wild ride from royal badass to woke washout. Picture this. Prince Harry in Afghanistan, flying Apache helicopters like a boss. That's the Harry we used to know. The cheeky royal who didn't mind getting his hands dirty. He was one of the guys, you know. He even said it himself. I don't get treated any differently when he's in uniform. That's the kind of attitude that made people love him.
This is my bed.
He sleeps where they sleep, eats where they eat.
It's very easy to completely forget about who I am when I'm in the army.
He's on the front lines fighting the war on terror. He's the trigger man, the gunner, as it's called, of the fearsome Apache.
I am one of the guys. I don't get treated any differently.
Shoot! Shoot!
But his life isn't really all that normal at all.
But then, Meghan Markle enters the chat, and suddenly, our war hero starts sounding like he just discovered Tumblr. His friends are scratching their heads, wondering what the hell happened. One of them even joked that Meghan must be really good in bed to turn his head that far. Ouch. So what's the deal? Harry goes from dodging Taliban bullets to dodging imaginary microaggressions. It's like he woke up one day and decided privilege was the enemy, but here's the kicker. He's preaching about inequality from a freaking $14 million mansion. Talk about tone deaf. You want to know how far he's fallen? In his book, Spare. Yeah, he wrote a book, because of course he did. Harry actually says he was probably bigoted before meeting Meghan. Wait, what? So the guy who was cool with everyone in the army suddenly decides he was a secret bigot all along? Make it make sense. And get this. The Invictus Games. That cool thing Harry started for wounded vets? Even that's not safe from his new woke crusade.
Both for his determination to serve in Afghanistan on 2 occasions, a combination of his turning on his own family, the royal family, which means such a lot to the armed forces.
He's out here criticizing the media for how they portray soldiers, but Colonel Richard Kemp wasn't having it. He called Harry's allegations ignorant or downright manipulative. Ouch again.
I think Prince Harry enjoyed enormous popularity in the armed forces, and also for the help he gave to wounded soldiers, partly through Invictus Games. Unfortunately, he's blown most of that away now.
So what caused this 180? Did Meghan slip him some kind of woke potion, or is he just so desperate to fit into Hollywood that he'll say anything? Whatever it is, the Harry we knew is gone. Now we've got this lecturing celebrity who thinks he's got all the answers. But wait, it gets worse. You won't believe the mental gymnastics Harry uses to justify his actions. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the hypocrisy circus. Remember when Harry used to be all about privacy? Now he's spilling royal tea faster than you can say tell-all memoir.
The move about getting away from the UK press, because the press is, you know, is everywhere, or was a move because you weren't getting enough support?
And that he wasn't going to receive security.
What?
It was really hard. Want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol.
But here's the real kicker. He's still demanding the press leave him alone. Talk about having your cake and eating it too. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Harry's hypocrisy circus. Let's talk about his climate change crusade.
By someone like that eco-hypocrite in chief, Prince Harry, then in a gas-guzzling big car, his polo kit.
This guy's out here lecturing us about reducing our carbon footprints while he's jetting around in private planes like they're Ubers. In just 11 days, Harry and Meghan took 4 private jet trips. 4. You know how much CO2 those things pump out? According to Greenpeace, private jets spew more carbon in a year than entire countries like Uganda. But I guess saving the planet is just for us peasants, right?
Takes an electric car to take him to a private jet, which makes absolutely no sense. And folk like him have the cheek to tell us to stop travelling. Well, I'm not going to listen to folk like him anymore.
And it gets better. Harry's living in a $14 million mansion while preaching about wealth redistribution. It's like he's playing some twisted game of rules for thee, but not for me. Julie Burriel, a columnist, called it obscene eco-hypocrisy. Can't argue with that. But wait, there's more. Harry and Meghan accepted a cool $6 million from Fidelity Charitable. Sounds nice, right? Well, turns out this group also donates to anti-LGBT and anti-illegal immigration organizations.
Charitable, a group that reportedly also donates to supposedly anti-LGBT and anti-illegal immigration groups, certainly at odds with the very woke Sussexes and their very woke brand. Is there going to be a refund? Before you go, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have come under fire for accepting $6 million in donations from Fidelity Charity.
You know, the exact opposite of what Harry and Meghan claim to stand for, but I guess when you're living in a multi-million-dollar pad, principles come with a price tag. Let's not forget about Harry's books, Spare. He's airing out all the royal family's dirty laundry while simultaneously demanding privacy. It's like he's got split personality disorder or something. One minute he's crying about invasive press coverage, the next he's spilling family secrets for a fat paycheck. Critics are having a field day with this stuff. Toby Young hit the nail on the head when he said Harry's environmentalism seems fake, like he's just parroting Meghan's political agenda. It's like watching a puppet show, but the strings are made of woke slogans. So what's really going on here? Has Harry completely lost touch with reality? Or is he just so desperate to fit into his new Hollywood life that he'll say anything? One thing's for sure.
When private conversations of the kind that Meghan had with Charles in private letters began to circulate in this book as well. Harry and Meghan have stood by in stunning silence. So unlike them, isn't it?
The old Harry is long gone, replaced by a walking, talking contradiction. So here's the thing about Harry. He's gone from being this cool prince everyone loved to some Hollywood celebrity who thinks he's got all the answers. And let's be real, people aren't buying it. It's like he's trying so hard to fit in with the woke crowd that he's forgotten who he is. The real kicker?
I honestly felt some of it, and I'm not being a drama queen, but I do think some of it verged on, defamatory.
You're just making me want to watch it all. Questions will be raised again about Prince Harry's commercial relationships with Netflix, I'm afraid to say. But Richard, inevitably, given that it is a Netflix production.
Harry's become exactly what he used to hate, a media puppet. He's always going on about how the press messed him up, but now he's spilling his guts to anyone who'll listen. It's like, dude, make up your mind. You gotta wonder if Harry's gonna wake up one day and realize he's living in this weird woke fantasy. Maybe he's already starting to see it. Some people say he's feeling pretty overwhelmed by his new life. I mean, can you blame him? He went from flying helicopters to lecturing about privilege. That's gotta mess with your head, right? So what's next for Harry? Is he gonna keep playing the woke prince, or is he gonna snap out of it and remember who he really is? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this whole situation is a mess, and it doesn't look like it's getting better anytime soon.